Hello, this is the Database Systems Group A project presentation for the topic Student Enrollment Database System. So this is the website that we have created for student recruitment, and we have tried to make a lookalike of the official website of UNC Charlotte. So to create the GUI of the website, we started off with wireframing and discussing the flow of the interaction that would be there. And we decided on from which page where the flow would go, what will be the reflection of the business functions that we have, and the impact of the same. The technology that we used for creating this website is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and a bit of bootstrapping. The softwares that we used for making the GUI is NetBeans 8.0.2, Eclipse Luna, and MySQL Workbench. And for recording, we are using Screen Recorder. Now we'd get back to the technical details of the project, and for the basic architectural thing, we have used MVC architecture, which is the Model View Controller architecture. Model View Controller have a basic view for the user so that users can interact with the GUI and the system. For that, we use HTML and JSP pages. And we have controller, which is the servlet for Java applications, which controls the overall flow from the model to the controller, and keeping in mind the view part. And then we have model. So the model contains the information which is stored in the database as well as temporarily stored in Java Beans for the basic usage to be done in the Java application. The current display shows the index.html page, which is the home page of our application, where we have some basic functionalities and connection to the Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and other accounts that UNC Charlotte actually have. So now I'd like to go to the login page. And okay, so I'm not a member yet. So I'd like to register first. Rashmi. City Charlotte. NC USA. 28277. Now my email ID. So okay, so it confirmed my registration, and now I'd like to log in. So if I've missed the email field, it won't let me move further with it. So then again, since I've missed the password field, it's validated. We cannot move further unless we have the right password. Now, okay, wrong username or password, because the password I gave as input was not correct. So there. Now, right now I'm on the home page of a student, where I can see all the features that are present for a student to use. And now I'd like to pass it on to my other group member.
Hello. The business functions, namely register and login, were discussed by my other group mate. I'll take you on to the other business functions now. A prospect can fill different types of informations, and each of it is a business function. For example, he can go to demographics, where he can fill his information here and save that information. Saved successfully. And in a similar way, academics, the prospect already has an existing academic information, so he can edit that. Like he can edit his high school name to a different one, class to a different one, and then just save. So the saved things are reflected here. Moving on to the other informations, the prospect can give his SAT and ACT scores. on different dates that he has taken it. So this is what he has entered, and he can also delete his scores. So as he didn't register any more tests, no more tests registered is being displayed. Similarly, work volunteer, the start date when he started working and until which date he worked. So that is also saved successfully. Moving on to the extracurriculars, he can also enter the extracurricular activities he has been participated, from which date, and he's playing until which day, and save it. So this particular prospect has 2 extracurricular activities. He can update these 2 by deleting it, and he can add more too. And finally, the prospect major, he can register for a major for a particular term, say fall, and submit it. So he has 3 different majors registered, and if, for example, if he tries to register for the same major again, he won't be allowed to do it. Like, he already had computer science. If I try for computer science again, major already registered will be displayed. Now walking you through 3 different inputs, we can delete the existing major and we can register for some other major for the same term. This shows mathematics is registered in place of computer science. Moving on to the extracurriculars, you can add any number of extracurriculars you want to, and at the same time you get a list where you can delete it and then add it again if you want to make any changes. Similar things happen with work and volunteer. And test scores, you can add multiple SAT scores and ACT scores as you attempt it with the appropriate test dates. And moving on to the academics, as the academic information can be unique, only one field allows to be entered, and same is the case with demographics. So this is all about the prospect functionalities, and another team member of mine will take up this.
Okay, now we'll log into a different account and then see if all these things are working for a different user. I'll log in with a different thing. And then this home page is different for every user. I mean, the data, this data is retrieved for this particular user based on his session ID and then email. So we can even he can update his or her information. And similarly, you can update all these things like test score and everything, academics, volunteer information. In this application, we also implemented session management so that each user has his or her can update only his or her own information. We will actually demonstrate it now. See, when the user is in his page, whenever if he goes to login or something, it will not allow the user to go out without logging out. So it will directly redirect to the student home, and then if you want to log in with a different account, you need to log out. And then once logged out, even though if we type in the pages which we know, it directly redirects to login.jsp because the user is already logged out. So a different user, the data for different users is being managed differently. These are the prospect business functions, and now we'll move on to admin business functions.
Till now, we have seen the functionalities of student user. Now I'll walk you through the functionalities for the admin or university user. We had different URLs for both the admin user and the student user since the functionalities are different. Now we'll go to the homepage of admin user. This is the homepage of the admin user or university user, where he can see different kinds of reports based on the students or the prospects who registered for the university. To the left side of his pane, the user can see different kinds of reports which he'll be able to view. One of the first one is the best students. He can see who are the students who have a higher SAT score. When he clicks on this hyperlink, it will take to the page where he can see all the students who have SAT score higher than 1800, and their details like their name and email will be displayed here. The next one is in-state students. When he clicks on this in-state students thing, he can see all the students who applied from the in-state within the state. All those details will be displayed in this frame here. And the next one is experienced students. When he clicks on this, he can see the students who had a previous work experience. And the other one is scholarship. When he clicks on this, he will see the students who showed interest in applying for a scholarship. The next tab is volunteer experience. When you click on this, it will show the details of all the students who have prior volunteer experience. The next one is popular courses. This one will display all the popular courses in the university. Mainly economics is the most popular course with 4 applicants, and computer science follows. These are ordered in the number of applicants. The last one is where user can see the female students who applied to the university. So this is all about our project which we covered our both the functionalities of student and university user. Thank you.